A very important PSA for havers of a uterus. You see this little ball of sunshine? This is St. John's wort. Some people take it for inflammation. Some people take it for anxiety and depression. But if you're on birth control, don't do it. Because if you do the do while taking those two, you could end up as an easy bake oven. So if you're not trying to cook a mini birthday cake in your midsection, and birth control is the way you're keeping that from happening, I would leave this guy alone. The more you know. Happy snacking. May we all retain agency over our bodies. Bye. Sorry, I just really wanted you guys to see that it bleeds red when it's squeezed. Knockoff Chick-fil-A sandwich with mushroom. As a card-carrying member of the Alphabet Mafia, I can say with full certainty that missing Chick-fil-A is not homophobic, but doubting me right now is. I mean, we all know the secret of that sandwich is something with a chicken-like texture, like chicken of the woods. Ah! And the other secret is dill pickle juice. So here's our chicken of the woods, and I think this one is great sandwich size. Slice off the woody bits, because there is a such thing as too much fiber. It's dill pickle marinade time. Make sure you save some pickle rounds for your sandwich. We're gonna warm our pickle goo and place our fungi chicken inside. And add a sprinkle of sweet dust. Now turn off the heat on Toasty Boy. You're gonna make yourself a dry dredge with these things. You're gonna make yourself a wet dredge with these things. Time for the dry bath. Go on, get your dries. Go into the air fryer with some peanut oil. I christen thee in the name of the girls, the gays, and the theys. There we go. While that cooks, we're gonna make the knockoff sauce with some BBQ and some mustard. Yeah, it's time. Ho, 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 ho. Isn't she lovely? Can you tell she's fungi? It's time to try it. This is a good looking sandwich. Y'all, it just tastes like a fried chicken sandwich. It looks like a fried chicken sandwich. Can restaurants please start doing stuff like this instead of just putting a whole portobello mushroom on the grill? It's lazy. Anyways, happy chicken of the woods season. It lasts straight into the fall. Can't wait to see what you guys make with yours. Happy snacking. Don't die.
If you are new to foraging and making your own medicine, this video is for you. Here, I'm just picking some narrow leaf plantain leaves. They should be all over your yard. You might have broadleaf plantain leaves like this one, and they both have similar properties, so why not use both? I'm dehydrating mine, but a sunny windowsill will easily work as well. After they've dehydrated and they're crumbly dry, I pack them into a jar and fill the jar with oil. I'm using olive oil. You can use whatever oil you like. And then here is my herbal time machine. Usually it takes 6 weeks to infuse an oil, but I can do it in my crock pot in about 12 hours. Once you're done, strain it out and follow for part 2, how to use it.
Oh look, invasive trash mushrooms. These are golden oyster mushrooms and I am going to pick and eat them. So here's how this is gonna work. I'm gonna climb this tree, you're not gonna tell my mom, cool?
No.
Yes, this is gonna be plenty for dinner. Okay, so maybe I'm not the most graceful member of the apocalypse team, but I did find dinner and I'm gonna take it home and cook it. And honestly, when's the last time your man was caught doing that much? I'm coming back for you.
If you're stuck in the woods or just hungry on a hike, here's a good thing to know. Any aggregate berry, that's like a raspberry, a blackberry, a berry that's made up of smaller berries, any aggregate berry that grows on a cane, this guy, that's a cane. They're kind of like vines. We also call them brambles. Any aggregate berry growing on a cane, good to eat. They may not taste amazing, but you won't die. But these blackberries are delicious. Happy snacking. Don't die.
I accidentally poisoned my family. Thought we were eating chicken of the woods, mushroom, and no. Turns out there's a look-alike jack-o'-lantern.
let's have a chat about foraging safely. Just in case this needs to be said, don't go be mean to them. Projectile vomiting is punishment enough. Now, as fun and as exciting as foraging is also dangerous, okay? There are a lot of things we can eat. There are a lot of things we can't. That family was, I mean, not lucky, but lucky that they were jack-o'-lanterns, which are just bad for your gastrointestinal tract, and not something like a destroying angel that could kill you. I need you all to pinky promise me that when you are out there foraging, if you choose to forage, that you are going to use more than one form of ID to confirm what you have, especially with mushroom. Pretty obvious that that TikToker thought that jack-o'-lanterns were chicken of the woods because they're both orange. If you do a little bit more research, orange is literally where the similarities stop. This is a really great book called Mushrooming with Confidence. And one of the things I love about it is it gives you a checklist at the end of each section where you learn about a new mushroom. Here's an example. This is the one for hen of the woods, which is not the same as chicken of the woods. Look at this. Central stem, fan-shaped cap.
Caps radially furrowed. White flesh does not change color when cut. Cauliflower structured cross-section. White tubes. Tubes do not change color when bruised. Cap color matches cap color bar above.
This list doesn't mean some of these things mean you have a hen of the woods. It means you need all of them. So like with something like jack-o'-lanterns and chicken of the woods, yes, orange is part of the list of chicken of the woods, but so is having pores instead of gills like jack-o'-lanterns, or growing as a shelf instead of with a stipe or stem like jack-o'-lanterns. This is also why I talk about things like spore printing. You need multiple forms of ID. When you go and get a new government ID, they want multiple forms of ID from you, and when you are choosing to go out and pick things to eat, you have to be just as vigilant, just as careful. Whew, okay. I'm so glad that her and her family are okay. I'm glad that they all lived to tell the tale, and I need you all to pinky promise me multiple forms of ID, okay? Happy snacking. Don't die.
It's not so bad. It's not so bad.
Ice is falling from the sky, and you know what that means. Let's make some snow ice cream. Step 1, gather snow. Nice. Before you yell at me about eating snow, 1, science has already proven that it is safe, and 2, if you're so worried about pollution, go yell at the corporations responsible for it, not me. Anyway, time to go prep our other ingredients. Well, this is bad. If you're making your own sweetened condensed milk like I am, don't leave it unattended. Why'd I do that? My sweetened condensed milk is a cup of oat milk, a cup of soy milk, and 2 cups of sugar. They're split milks because I ran out of oat milk. No fancy, just lazy. Stop trying to boil over. Gonna leave my sweetened condensed milk out here to cool down. I may not like winter, but I do love that the entire outdoors is our freezer. What a magical time of year. Now I think vanilla is boring, so we're not using vanilla. We're using everyone's favorite goth nut drink, Nochino. Ah yes, a shot of darkness. Here's a time passage song I worked out while things cooled down to make my brain dislike me less. Let's see if the sweetened condensed milk is cooled down yet. How is it still warm? I have an audience member. She ran away. I hope she's warm. I hope she belongs to somebody. Okay, back to snow cream. We're gonna add our little bit of Nochino. That's beautiful. If you didn't make the snow look like this, don't eat it. Drizzle some of this sweetened condensed milk and do some stirring. Add a little more. There we go. Oh my God, Fluffy Cat's back. Hi. You guys, this cat is prettier than I am, but I think if we get a 4th cat, my partner might hate me, but look at that face. Sorry, try to stay focused. If it gets too slushy, just add more snow. Let's try some. Y'all, this is so good. Now, how come my parents had me out here eating the unflavored stuff when we could have been doing this? Deception. Disgrace. Everything you don't finish can just go into the freezer. Look at how ice creamy it looks. Happy snow snacking. Don't die. Fluffy Cat says bye too. Let's turn some things we found outside into a dish worth being thankful for. My name is Alexis Nicole. I'm a wild food forager, and we are making acorn bread stuffing. Yeah! Now the thing about acorns is you can't eat them raw. Fresh off the tree, they're full of bitter tannins, and that renders them a tummy no-no. But there's something we can do about that. What you're gonna do is shell and blend those acorns, and then let your little blendy bits sit in some cold water. Why? Tannins are water soluble, you silly. After a few days, or weeks, of cold water leaching, that's what the process is called, the grounds are ready to be turned into flour. I dried off the grounds a bit and they're going into my spice grinders. I see you winding, no, grinding. Acorn flour. Now for our bread, we're gonna feed some yeast with some warm water and maple syrup. It's alive! Ready to go into our acorn flour and a little bit of regular flour too. In you pop. Along with an oil of your choice, I'm using olive. A little bit of salt, just a pinch, and a touch more maple syrup. Mixy, mixy. So your ratio of acorn to wheat flour will determine how dense your loaf is. And I honestly want it to be a little dense because we're using it to make a stuffing casserole. Time to let this sweet baby rest while we go and gather our spices. I have my adventure cloak on and I'm ready to forage. This is where my neighborhood used to have a really, oh hi kitty, a really robust community garden. I think someone bought the plot recently. There's probably gonna be a house here this time next year. But mugwort, the spice that we're gathering, is a resilient bean. This handful should be enough. And yeah, I'm a little sad because I don't know if I'm going to be able to gather mugwort here again. Okay, bye friend. A mugwort, characterized by the silvery undersides of its leaves and its great smell, is in the wormwood family. I'd compare its taste to if sage and rosemary had a baby. Does that make it rosemary's baby? Time to check on the bread. Drum roll. Brrr. Yeah, it rose so well. Time to punch it down and shape it. Time to let this guy loafify. Okay, let's see what we're working with. Yeah! Now into the oven at 350 for like 30 minutes. While the bread is baking, we start preparing our veggies for the casserole. In goes some vegan butter, cause I'm a filthy vegan. But use whatever butter you got in your house, honey. Now I have my veggies and my wild spices, which I'm showing right now on the screen. In your pop. Can't forget our mugwort. Also, if you can't find mugwort, just use sage. Let's get this bread diced. Nice. I lightly toasted these guys and now they're going into the good stuff. And in goes our veggie stock. And now we wait. She's done and the kitchen smells amazing. Here we go. You guys, it's so good. I can't stop eating it. It's a nutty twist on like the best stuffing you've ever had. It's reminding me how thankful I am for foraged food, for wild spaces, and for all of you. Mwah. Happy snacking. Don't die. What are you thankful for today?
Good day, I'm Bob the Necromancer, and today we're doing an unboxing.